Hello, on Scatter here we're playing Pokemon Scarlet. The next goal is probably the next Titan Pokemon. We just defeated the Electric Gym. So the next we're gonna explore this area. Then head for the Titan. The next Titan Pokemon. Okay, instead of exploring more south, we're back at the academy because you can follow classes up to lesson 5. And in the entrance hall you have books you can read. Types and move 1. You may be familiar with Pokemon that are grass type, fire type or water type. There are 18 such in all. And every Pokemon species has at least one type, some have 2. When a Pokemon uses a move that is the same type as they are, that move's power is increased by 50%. For Pokemon that have 2 types, moves of either type will receive this increase. Types and moves 2. When Pokemon terrestrialize, their type becomes their Terra type. That means Pokemon of their Terra type will have their power increased. Moves of the Pokemon's original type will keep their usual power increase as well. For example, if a Pikachu which initially electric type has Steel as a Terra type, then upon terrestrializing it would receive boost in power for both the Steel type move Iron Tail and the electric type move Thunderbolt. Naranja Academy School song. Over Grand Masagosa stands our dear Naranja, where we enter as seeds and leave him for tuition. Our minds white as the crater, for wise educators, to fill with strength, greatness and tradition, teach us well, O oranges of Padelia. Pokemon natures. Individual Pokemon have different natures, much as people do. You may be able to get an idea of your Pokemon's nature if you watch how they behave on picnics, whether they run around a lot or nap a lot, for example. Pokemon's natures influences their stats to a degree. For example, Pokemon with adamant natures tend to have their attack stats grow stronger than it would otherwise, while the special attack stat may suffer. Academy rules and regulations. Dress code. Students shall wear the academy provided uniforms at all times. Hair. Hairstyle is left to the student's discretion. Order. Students should behave properly and strive not to inconvenience others. Addendum. During the independent study, students may travel freely throughout the Padelia region. However, the Great Crater of Padelia remains strictly off limits due to safety hazards. Student registry. This book holds a thorough record of the academy students and when they attended. Wait, what's this? Some of the Regis pages have parts torn out, so you can't read them. And there's also a copy of the Scarlet book, which will be the Violet book in Pokemon Violet. The Great Crater of Padelia. A photograph on the survey team's point of ingress to the crater, which is visible in the background. Luck favored us with fine weather, making for a smooth outset. but clouds obscure the crater's distant depths, where the treasure of the legend is said to lie. Now onward and downward. The adventure into Area Zero. Within the great crater of Padilla lies the mysterious Area Zero, a place home to such landscapes, such plants, life and such Pokemon as we have never seen. It is inhospitable to human life, and as such, I suspect something altogether unknown to humankind sleeps in its depths. The adventure into Area Zero. A photograph of a spot where the server team rested on day 2 of the expedition. Note the strange symbols inscribed in the ground here, where they left by explorers in the time of Padillian Empire. Or could there be older still? Regardless, they seemed as if they must hold some meaning. Area Zero cartograph. Ledges form a spiral down the inner walls of Area Zero, offering a path of descent. Vegetations and sources of water are here as well. Legend tells that precious stones of wondrous fruits have long slept on Area Zero's depth, protected by some manner of guardian. Pokemon of Area Zero. Sketches by a server team member. Surprisingly, the Pokemon species we observed in the upper strata of Area Zero seemed little different from those seen outside of the crater. Now and then, we heard familiar cries from a lower strata. Monsters of Area Zero. As we descend further into the Area Zero, we began to catch glimpses of mysterious Pokemon, though we wonder if these huge ferocious beasts were indeed Pokemon at all. One of our team suffered a brutal blow from such a beast and was mortally wounded, forcing us to retreat. A member of the server team captured this photograph by chance. I noticed a passing resemblance to the Pokemon known as Donphan, yet differences such as its sheer size and shape of it, Jacq set it apart, as do its great tusks. Herba Mystica. Area Zero was home to wondrous herbs that instantly impart vigor when eaten. We dubbed them Herba Mystica and attempted to grow some in areas around Padilla. However, before we could harvest, the herbs were eaten by Pokemon, which in turn grew large and strong. We call these Titan Pokemon. Mysterious plates. During our descent into Area Zero, we came across a buried metal plate inscribed with a strange symbol. We attempted to shave off a piece of the plate but failed to leave even a scratch. Even determining the nature of the metal seems beyond modern science. We know not why the inscription was made, let alone how. The legendary treasure. Countless days into our descent, we reached at last the very depths of the great crater. There we found a cave with formations of gemstones shining blindly bright as far as we could see. Perhaps the strange light itself is the guardian set to watch over the treasure deep within the crater. An image Pokemon. A drawing of a fantastical Pokemon as a vision by our sketch artist. The size and ferocity of the strange Pokemon that dwell in Area Zero's lower reaches tickled the artist's imagination, prompting the sketch of what other species that inhabit these depths may look like. The picture looks like a mix of an Raikou, Suicune and Entei. Like the head, the feet, the manes and parts of a Sylveon as well. A phantom memory. During our exploration of Area Zero's depth, I, Heat, straight from the team, I was later found unconscious. When awoken, I could only recall speaking with someone in an unfamiliar place, as if in a dream. I was found holding the page shown here. The handwriting is my own, but I have no memory of writing this. Our generous sponsor, the author Heat pictured with the director of Naranja Academy. The Academy's generous funding made the Area Zero expedition possible. The data gathered has been shared with the Academy in hopes that will aid in the institution's research work and foster future generations of scholars and scientists. About the author, Heat. Author of the Scarlet book shown here with his partner Cyclosaur. A natural historian as well as a writer, he was chosen for the Area Zero expedition and penned this account upon returning from the Great Crater of Padilla. Salazar aided the expedition as well by bearing the team's luggage and equipment. Something Pokemon. While separated from the research team in the crater's depth, I found a strange entity. Whether it was a Pokemon or even alive at all. I know now it bore a steel with layers of overlapping hexagons and gleamed brighter still than gemstone. Viewed as a whole, it has a mysterious, brilliant dusk. So those were all the books. We took some classes and now we were able to check out some more events, so meaning talking to teachers. We started in the entrance hall, you have two of them. One is the history teacher. Are you perhaps interested in the rest of the old tale I taught you in class? It is convenient that you would take the bait I presented in class. A vessel, a sword, a set of tablets and a set of beads. After obtaining these 4 treasures, the king's castle was destroyed. Why, you ask? Because these 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokemon. As these Pokemons were passed from human hand to human hand as treasure, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king at that time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for renowned Pokemon breeders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokemon were then sealed away somewhere in Padilla. So what do you think? Would you say this story is just make-believe? Very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journeys and the like. There is much to support the truth of this story. If I'm able to prove the story's veracity myself, I will be sure to let you know. So these you can actually find in whole Padilla. You actually have to this is the nurse. I guess it's pretty unusual for me to be out of the nurse office like that. Well, I'm actually doing a bit of studying. Though, I try my best at the health teacher certification exam one more time. Just so you know, it's not totally not because I'm inspired by a certain somebody working hard at the treasure hunt, okay? Well, maybe I'm just a little bit. So, thanks. Yeah. Now break time's almost over. I know you'll be cheering me on. We're gonna talk to the art teacher. Oh why, hello there. I'm sorry, I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I feel I must again apologize what transpired in the schoolyard. Ah, that's very magnanimous of you. That woman who showed up is a dragon tamer, a relative of mine, I might add. You see, I come from a very long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. But the young lad, a rebellious little fellow, that he ran away from home one day. He made quite a show of it too, swearing he'll make a living with music. A lot has happened since then, and now he's the art teacher and Elite Four member before you. After I so really took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say, my father, is in poor health. Oh, but I do apologize. Perhaps I'm not good at teaching after all. A sort of teacher grumbles on and on at his own students. My dear, you've no idea how much your words means to me. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Is the math teacher? You scared me. Oh no, I'm not here for anything food related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall and I felt the intense gaze that I told you about before. So I quickly ducked into the cafeteria here. A cafeteria has only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Ah, someone's come just now. That's weird. I thought I saw her come in here. I guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. That girl. I feel like I've seen her several times before. There seems to be a student here, but I get the feeling that the question is not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll go start up a conversation myself. It could have been a little scary being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. Oh my dear. Thanks to your advice from before, Pamwe is... Well, just see for yourself. Yeah, it's feeling better, but this particular Pamwe may just be a bit meek, I suppose. I had nurse Miriam take a look at as well, and she says there's nothing wrong with him health-wise. So he shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. Even so, it never uttered so much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Mr. Jacq here stumped. Sorry that I couldn't be of any help. No, ain't good, Pa. Don't worry about it. I have some more information now thanks to the Academy's security cameras though. I seen Palmy was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still in a bit of a shock from that experience and can't bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. What a problem. You can just attendre, wait, that is, until it feels like talking. That's all you can do, really. Even if you can speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. Have no fear, I won't give up. No, I keep on trying until we figure each other out. Ah, miss. There's something that I would very much like to ask for help with. Well, you see, I don't know what anyone to overhear this, but I heard rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Patalia region. I absolutely must experience the ambrosia's sweetness for myself. You are the only one who knows of my insatiable sweet tooth, thus I have no one else I can turn to for help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image students have of me. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. Give it some thought if this piques your interest. In the meantime I will gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I will share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. No way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. Great timing. Nurse Miriam here won't try the sandwich I made. Well, duh. I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't, probably. I still remember the sandwich you made me with meat filling and meat for bread. That one really messed me up bad. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet. Back then, I was young, toothless and... Young and toothless? It was last month. So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through that intensive sandwich making training. It kinda makes me sad. I guess I've no choice if you got one of our cute little students on your side. So fine, I'll try a sandwich. Let's see it. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Here it is. It's a little strongly flavored, but I guess it's not bad. My training paid off. I'm so glad my sandwich pleases the great nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. Thank you for trying it. And thanks to you too, new kid. And she ran off again. That was weird. But that's just how Miss Dendra is, I guess. She's always coming in the nurse office with some injury or another too. Ah, miss, how kind of you to stop by. I must say, I'm pleased to see you on the school grounds again. Travel and adventures certainly have their place. But it does one good to attend class as well, no? Speaking of which, there's something I would very much like to ask you. I understand you have joined a variety of classes during your time here at the academy. But if I may ask, which of our faculty members has made the most favorable impression on you? The home economics teacher or the art teacher? What? Say the art teacher. Oh, Mr. Hassel from art class, you say? Yes, he's a fine teacher, a most passionate and enthusiastic fellow. We are truly blessed to have so many wonderful teachers and staff members at Naranja Academy. I firmly believe that the faculty is second to none in their commitment to our students' ongoing education and well-being. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. And that were all the classes this time, and the story progresses with talking to the teachers. Thank you all for watching, wish you all well, see you in the next video.